Welcome. I'm Dr. K, and I'm here to help you to navigate through the many challenges in your life's journey so that you might ultimately become the highest version of yourself. Right now, I'm going to talk about the reticular activating system. The reticular activating system is this part in our brain that actually assists us with accomplishing our goals and our dreams. The reticular activating system actually helps us to see what's relevant to us in our life because there's so many things that are going on in our universe that we would get overstimulated if we were paying attention to everything and blow a fuse. So the reticular activating system helps us to just only focus on things that are relevant to our life's experience. Whatever your belief systems are, whatever your behaviors are, whatever the things are that you do regularly, your reticular activating system allows you to pay attention to all facets of that. Okay, so now let me give you an example of how the reticular activating system works. Say that you are in the market for a certain kind of car. You decided, yes, that's the kind of car I want. And then all of a sudden, you start seeing a lot of other people driving around with that same kind of car. Or maybe you purchased your car first and then you look around and you start seeing a whole lot of people driving your car. Now, you didn't notice it at first, but when that car became relevant to you, when you decided, I want this particular kind of car, or when you purchased that car, now it became relevant to you. So your reticular activating system allowed you to see all the other people driving around in a car like the one that you had chosen. Now you might wonder, how can the reticular activating system actually help you in accomplishing your goals? Well, let me tell you this. Because the reticular activating system shows you what's relevant to you. When you identify a goal, you have just made that goal relevant to yourself. And it's really important to write things down. So I would say once you have a goal or goals, write them down, because writing them down just kind of makes them more real for us. Once you write it down, I will do this. Now you've put your reticular activating system to work because you just told it that this particular goal is relevant to you. So as you live your life behind the scenes subconsciously, your reticular activating system is going to be looking for those opportunities that will put you in harmony, in alignment with accomplishing that goal. There are things around you, and there have been things around you all the time that could help you to accomplish your goal. But if it wasn't your goal yet, then it wasn't relevant to you, so you didn't even notice it. I'm going to tell you a little story about an experience that I had. So my office is downriver, and it's about maybe 40 minutes from home. And because I was at my office so often, I would usually take my clothes to the cleaners out there. And the cleaners that I had been going to for years all of a sudden closed. So then I thought, man, I got to find the new cleaners. And life went on. I stopped focusing on the cleaners and just continued on with my life. And then my clothes started to pile up. And I said, all right, I really needed cleaners. I need to find a cleaners. Do I want to get a cleaners downriver, or do I want to get a cleaners closer to home? And as I started really focusing on and getting serious about finding the cleaners, guess what? I was living in a high-rise apartment building, and one morning I was leaving for work, and right as I was driving out of the driveway onto the street, right in front of me was a cleaners. That cleaners had been there all the time. But because I was not looking for a cleaners, because the cleaners wasn't relevant to me, I didn't even pay attention to it. And so because I saw the cleaners right across the street, then you guessed it, I started taking my clothes there, because how convenient is that, having a cleaners right across the way from me? So maybe think about some things in your life where all of a sudden something became relevant to you, and then you started noticing more of it. If it wasn't the car situation, maybe it was another situation, because that will really help you to realize that that reticular activating system is really at work. Once you realize that your reticular activating system is at work, it gives you more faith in this process. But until you get to that point, I want to encourage you to write down your goals, whatever they are. Write them down and focus on them at least twice a day. And then watch your reticular activating system be in action. Take note of how your reticular activating system works for you. And rewire your brain, utilizing on purpose your reticular activating system.